Me now is Bronwyn Williams from Flux Trends. It's that time of the week again, and we're looking at future trends. And this one is certainly not one to look forward to in any way, and that is water shortages, Bronwyn. Water wars are becoming the new term that everybody is banding about.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, many people who work in the futures space, in the economic and political space, have said that the wars of this century will be fought over water rather than over oil. And that's certainly shaping up to be the case. We're starting to see sort of flashpoints of geopolitical conflict all across the world. I think what's most interesting to me as a sign point or signal is what's happening with China and India, where India has accused China of stealing its rain by using geoengineering to manipulate the climate to ensure that water falls or rain falls on the Chinese side of the border rather than on the Indian side of the border. And this has been done on a very large scale. We're talking about a landmass greater than the size of India where these technologies are being employed. So it really does point to a future where water is becoming more scarce, in that more and more people are demanding it, and not just more human beings, also more industries are demanding more and more for water. And of course, this is just compounded by the increasingly obvious effects of climate change, as anyone who lived in Cape Town over the last few years will be all too aware of.
This in itself is going to be big business.
Yeah, absolutely. From an industry perspective, you know, any sort of crisis or any problem also represents a business opportunity. And one of the interesting signposts we saw once again, also in December last year, which all sort of points to the fact this is coming to a head right now, is the NASDAQ now allows you to trade water futures as you are able to trade other commodities like corn or oil or whatever the case may be, which is really unprecedented, but it's also quite important, not just because it means to be able to essentially hedge against your business risks when it comes to water shortages, but also because the market is quite good at regulating commodities. And when we start to sort of put a monetary price on these things, it can often be an easy way to affect behavioral change when you've got not just the threat of water security as coming up, but also the fact that there are financial gains to be made by making smart choices about these commodities. So the whole idea of trading water is one that we're definitely going to see more of as a way to manage these resources and also to mitigate risks. But the other thing that's quite exciting to look at is the new sort of water technology businesses that are coming out, particularly those in the desalinization field. So of course, Australia and Israel have become world leaders in that sort of industry. But right now we're seeing VC money being attracted to a lot of these startups all across the world. We're seeing big money looking at ways to get more water out of the water that we already have.
As always, lots to think about, Bronwyn. Bronwyn Williams is a partner at Flux Trends.